Hillary Clinton has appointed the head of her transition team for when she becomes president of the United States. Now, the head of the transition team is responsible for pretty much putting together a list of people that Hillary Clinton will choose from to appoint to what I think about like 4,000 different positions, right? So Ken Salazar is that guy. He is the head of this transition team. So of course somebody has to head this position, right? Of course there's always somebody. So in that decision in and of itself is not the controversy. It's who this guy is. That's where the controversy is.
I would think she would choose like a progressive or something.
I would think so.
She's
a progressive. Yeah, she's a self-proclaimed progressive. Mm-hmm. So obviously Ken Salazar is a progressive.
Gotta
right?
be.
He only, supports the TPP, and he supports fracking as well. That doesn't seem like.
And he's a lobbyist for Verizon.
Yeah.
For Verizon.
So this guy, he's a former senator. He was a former Interior Secretary. But then when he got out of government, he went to a lobbying firm. And they lobbied for, like you said,
Verizon.
The telecommunications giant.
The giants.
Verizon. Also like Cigna, Liberty Mutual. These huge, huge corporations, right? So he's a corporatist Democrat. Just like Hillary Clinton is. Just like all of these centrist Democrats are. So we were making fun of, of course, she would pick somebody progressive. Of course we were making fun of that. But of course she picked somebody just like this, just like Ken Salazar.
Are you surprised though? After she scooped up David Washington Schultz
right
off the free agent market.
Before she cleared waivers and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So is this surprising?
This is not a surprise.
After that debacle in Orlando,
yeah,
with the Democratic National Committee meeting,
right? Ken Salazar, he is a guy that has once said, "quote There's not a single case where hydraulic fracking has created an environmental problem for anyone."
And this is the guy who's gonna pretty much give Hillary Clinton the choices.
Yes.
Maybe not handpicked, but
not handpicked. But in essence, he is picking.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Indirectly.
Yeah, indirectly, he is choosing exactly who Hillary Clinton will choose for all of these 4,000 presidential appointees.
What are the chances that any of these choices are going to?
Go ahead. Answer the question. Go ahead. Answer the question, man. Ask the question.
Yeah, like what are the chances that any of the choices he presents to Hillary Clinton's team, what are the chances they're going to be they're going to contrast any of kind of his positions or his agenda? Like, what are the chances that any of these choices are going to? That's zero. No chance.
No chance.
Okay.
Like why? Like why? Right?
Yeah, I know.
It would stand to reason that he would pick people that he's comfortable with, and
you know what?
Are we going to say that Hillary Clinton wouldn't be comfortable with?
I was about to say. I was like, you know what? Don't even, take a breath to absolve Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
It's like you mean Hillary Clinton would want.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
She put him in the position, right?
Oh yeah, and see that,
and she knows who he is,
and that's how she does it. That's how she does it. I'm gonna put these people in positions to do unprogressive things,
right?
So then I can, hedge my bets.
Mm-hmm.
I can still maintain that mantle of progressivism when I know I'm not. And I was like,
look, he brought me a list. This is the best.
This is the best. It's the best of the best.
Yeah,
exactly.
I have to pick one of them.
It's like kind of like not taking any responsibility for it.
Right. But that quote I read. Think about that. Like, there's been no rise in earthquakes, right? There hasn't been any water contamination, right? No poisoning of the water and stuff like that. None of that. Caused by fracking.
That's such that's like very corporate, corporatist.
All these guys have blinders on, man.
It's
willingly.
It's corporately dogmatic. Yeah. If you have a corporately dogmatic position like that, you're not progressive.
Yeah. I mean, a former lobbyist, you know. So anyway, the Young Turks, you know, they did a segment on this that, I mean, it was really good, actually. It was a very good segment, and where Cenk Uygur and John Adirola were talking about, you know, this guy and how him being in this position is troublesome. It could be dangerous for us, you know. This is a little bit of what Cenk had to say about it.
So Salazar and we've been doing this show a long time. I've been talking about him for a long time, back when he was a senator, back when he was Interior Secretary. He's the one that gave BP all those breaks. And then, oops, BT totally screwed up the Gulf. And after they screwed up the Gulf and had that disastrous spill, he continued to give them breaks because the guy's a corporatist. There isn't a corporation he hasn't wanted to make love to in his life, okay? So when he was Interior Secretary, he's like, what deals do you guys need? They're energy companies. Oh, you can't get enough of the energy companies. Yeah. So I've outlined dozens of deals in the past that Ken Salazar has been involved in where he's like, corporations, you need something, especially if you're in energy. I'm your guy. I'll make that deal, but don't worry, I'm a Democrat. I'm a so-called progressive, and my name is Ken Salazar, so nobody will ask questions.
So, like you just saw, you know, he believes that this Ken Salazar guy can be very destructive in who he's going to pick. So then later on, at the end of the segment, you know, John Adirola was saying, this is a guy, he can't be in this position because we know exactly who he's going to pick. And then Cenk was saying that, you know, if you didn't know who Hillary Clinton was,
you'd know now.
Now you know.
Now you know.
This spells it out for you right here. So if any of you supporters were thinking that she's progressive, she's not progressive. Just look at who she picked to head her transition team, right? So, like I said.
So what you getting at?
What I'm getting at is I love the segment. Right? So, like, it's like when I was watching the segment, by the end, I'm like, oh, okay. So what you're telling us is not to vote for Hillary Clinton, right? You're telling us not to vote for Hillary Clinton, right? But that's not what I gather.
No, because Trump's worse.
Yeah,
you got to remember that.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if Salazar is the antithesis to all things progressive.
Right.
It doesn't matter
if he's pro corporations and
all that,
pro TPP, pro frack. That all doesn't matter.
Yeah, all that doesn't disqualify Hillary Clinton because Trump is just so bad.
So again, we have to vote for we have to vote against what we fear, no matter how bad the candidate we're voting for is.
Actually, it's funny because the consequences, we're actually voting for what we should fear.
Yeah, exactly.
We're voting against fear, but
we're voting for fear.
Voting for fear at the same
make
time because
sense.
all those things that Hillary Clinton represents, you should fear. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I have a problem. That's why I have a problem with specifically Cenk Uygur's position and him saying that he is too afraid of Donald Trump because of his rhetoric. Look, like I said, we've said so many times, we don't like his rhetoric as all too. It's ugly, it's dangerous, it's damaging, it can have a real impact on the country. Okay, what impact will Hillary Clinton have on the country? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you be certain that she's going to be better than Trump? Can you be certain? Because we already know what she's going to do. Look at who she picked for the transition team. It's almost like just pick Hillary because it's like, well, I mean, it's like all those things are bad, but she comes with balloons, cotton candy, and you know what I'm saying, and popcorn. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, they're bad, but you know,
I think it's just like it's the status quo, man. It's like the corruption we're used to. It's the evil that we know. So it's like, you know, let's not take a chance on the evil we don't know.
Oh, see, that's the thing. The evil we know is the evil that hurts us the most.
Yeah, I know. Because it's constant.
It's constant.
And if we don't ever challenge it,
it's like,
how is it ever going to go anywhere?
Yeah, it's like kind of evil lurking outside your house is less dangerous than evil that's inside your house.
Yeah, that's a crazy kind of concept, isn't it?